Shava Sher, if you want to call that, one of them who has been a champion for quite a while, and one of the other teams who want to be a champion this season. We have the CSK representation with Vipul here today. Vipul with his yellow ball, his yellow shirt, and if there was anything else, he has that yellow shade on his face as well. That is coming due to the sunlight. So he's a proper yellow army man today, and obviously Afzal from ESPN Cricket Info is also here. अफजल भाई की कमेंट्री तो आपने हिंदी में देखी ही होगी एंड कीप वाचिंग दैट एज वेल ऑन ESPN Cricket Info. Interesting game this after what Wankhede had to offer yesterday. A lot of people would have felt कि यार इस मैच के पहले 30 overs 35 overs तो शायद चेन्नई में हुए थे and then the rest of them happened at the Wankhede Stadium, which it did. Coming for and also Anurag Pesara, co-founder, is here. So welcome, Anurag. Vipul, coming first to you as a CSK fan. The last game wasn't, the result that you guys would have wanted, but the return of Chinnathala, and everything else that happened in that game must be very positive for you guys.
Well, first of all, to start with, I was really happy with the batting performance. Keeping in mind how they started last season, I think this season they have shown a lot more intent. Also, I feel maybe people are trying to analyze too much in their first game because it was not as if 2-3 games were already played at the Wankhede and they knew that it's a venue where you need to score 210, 220. I still feel
Yeah.
apart from their power play batting, they batted really well in the middle phase as well as at the death. Yeah, maybe they could have done better in the power play, but I feel sending Moeen Ali at number three was a master move because they were not probably 100% sure about how Raina and Raidu will go. So they needed someone who can play that role of aggressor at number three. Moeen Ali did that really well. And yeah, biggest plus point, Chinnathala, he's back and he's firing 54 of 36, striking at
Yeah.
150 and of course taking the spinners on without any hesitation. That was good to see. So overall, I feel their batting was on point. Maybe in the bowling department they need to be a little more intelligent, use a few more variations, and I feel maybe we can see Imran Tahir in today's game.
We could potentially see Imran Tahir. Last game also there were a lot of talks about Imran Tahir, why he was missing out. But will Imran Tahir actually be picked on a 1 KD wicket, which offers a lot to the Pacers? So that is another question mark. Afzal bhai, my great doppelganger for today. Afzal, I mean, Chennai Super Kings last time, obviously, when you look at the second innings, the bowling didn't go well for them. They were taken apart. But as Vipul said, the batting is something that was really good to see. We saw in their bowling as well, Dwayne Bravo come up with some throwback to the past kind of moments wherein he just showed that how it is to be bowled in this wicket. And कल भी हमने देखा कि जयदेव उनाडकर exploited the conditions really well with those slow cutters. Do you think again today this might be a food for thought for Chennai Super Kings?
So first of all, I did not like the batting performance from CSK, although they scored two good, like they batted very well in the last season, but they were not able to judge what was a par score on that wicket. That wicket
Yeah,
on the in the very next game gave us a thriller with close to 230 runs being scored in each innings. So CSK
yeah.
should need to judge the wicket well when they are batting first. And even Raina came out and gave a statement that we thought 188 was a par score on this wicket. We were above par, and in the very next game they had their mouth shut and
Yeah.
saying how Punjab and Rajasthan batted on that wicket. So I believe that CSK should judge the wicket that the game has evolved right now, and they are no longer playing in Chennai. They need to score 20 runs above par, and their bowling lineup is not as strong as what it used to be in the past years. Dwayne Bravo is not in that kind of a form which he was in 2013 or say 2015. But CSK will exploit the condition in Wankhede. I don't expect Wankhede to play the sort of like the pitch to behave in the manner that it did last night. I think that
Yeah.
today's wicket will play much better and we'll see a high scoring game as which will be up to the par of Wankhede standards.
Yeah, I mean, just the short boundaries and everything else that comprises of the 1 KD stadium. It's tailor made for those 180s, 190s, and 200s. But
And
yesterday
just to add to Abzalvai's point, I think their batting in the middle phase and at the death was really good. It was probably the power play
power
that hurt
play.
them
Yeah,
because they were
they need
33 for
much
2
more.
after 6 overs, and you expect to be around 50 runs after the power play if you're playing at one kid. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean
could have
188,
could have
and
gotten
let's say
200.
yeah, if they had got 50 runs in the power play, then if we add another 17 to it, then they were well and truly above 200.
Yeah, fair enough. That is also definitely in it. And as Kalyan says here in the comments, same ground has different nature wickets. It's hard to generalize anymore. हाँ ये बात है. This is genuinely there because in the Wankhede there are like two or three different varieties of pitches in that entire square. So maybe yesterday we saw a pitch that was tailor made for the kind of performance it was yesterday, and then you have those absolute flat batting decks as well, where 200 is a below par score. So I think that is what Wankhede Stadium is. And coming to you, Anurag, Chennai Super Kings के batting bowling के बारे में we did talk a little bit, and we'll dig into it later. But how much do you think the team combination will affect today's game? Because last match में भी हमने देखा कि there were a lot of questions whether why Imran Tahir is not there. आज people are talking about maybe Imran Tahir wakes way. But if Imran Tahir actually has to come into the team, you probably have to bench someone like a Dwayne Bravo or maybe even Sam Curran, which I don't see happening. So what does the combination change in this case? Do you bench Faf? What happens? Can't hear you, Anurag. Actually, you're not audible. You're not audible, man. Yeah, I'll just try to take a few comments before we can hear Anurag. You're not. Meda says hello, people. Two states याद आ गया आज. Pawan says hi Pawan. Rohit says two team captains that do not believe in strike rate. Okay, Kalyan talked about the different nature wickets here. Shivam is laughing at Rohit. What changes will CSK make? Ngidi and Jason Berendorf aren't available according to CricBus. Shashank says Raidu should open. Your thoughts on that? Vipul, should Raidu open?
No, I think yeah, just you were talking about who should they drop to bring Imran Tahir in. I think they can drop Faf to Plessis. Because it's just that you have Dwayne Bravo at number 9, so you won't require someone like him at number 9 anyways. So I think
Yeah.
they can probably open with Moin Ali and Ruturaj, because Ruturaj is that kind of a player. He's very much like DDP, someone who will score 65, 70 at a decent strike rate and will hold it from one end. And then you have got Moin Ali to open, who can take advantage of the power play. There's Raina at
Exactly.
3, Raidu at 4, then Jadeja, Sam Curran, and MSD. They can rotate among themselves at 5, 6, and 7, and probably Bravo at 8. And then you have Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chair, and Imran Tahir.
Shashank has gone saying that Ruturaj में spark नहीं है. Maybe you can drop both Faf and Ruturaj and probably open with Ambati Raidu is what Shashank has said.
Vipul, why do you want to play Moin Ali as the opener? Sam did a pretty decent job last year. Just push him on the top of the order. Just make him exploit the power play. If he अगर वो चल गया तो चल गया, नहीं चला तो कोई बात नहीं. नीचे भी कैसा भी उसकी बैटिंग आना बहुत लेट आएगी ना, कैसा भी.
But
तो अपना पावर प्ले.
Afzal bhai, yeah, मेरा point actually ये था, if we look at the last game, the way Jadeja and Sam Curran finished, they had a combined effort of 60 runs from 32 balls, I think. So obviously an MS probably he's a bit short on match practice, so they will need these two guys in the middle order maybe.
हाँ, लेकिन
Again,
Yeah.
इतना
at
नीचे
the
तक
top
बैटिंग आएगी नहीं
he's
ना. मेरा बोलना ये है कि इतना नीचे तक क्या सैम करन की बैटिंग आएगी. बस हर बार तो कोलैप्स नहीं होगा. जैसा मिडिल ऑर्डर लास्ट टाइम कोलैप्स किया, वैसा हर मैच में तो होगा नहीं. तो अगर सैम करन की बैटिंग को आपको यूटिलाइज करना है, तो आप उसको ज्यादा से ज्यादा बॉल्स दो पावर प्ले में, जहाँ पे उसको सिर्फ आउटफील्ड क्लियर करना है ना.
हाँ.
आपके पास
Infield, yeah.
अपॉर्चुनिटी कितना ज्यादा है, आपका सक्सेस परसेंटेज बहुत ज्यादा है पावर प्ले में, कि सिर्फ दो फील्डर आउटसाइड बाहर है. आप सिर्फ पावर प्ले के 30 यार्ड सर्कल क्लियर करो और फिर आप बाउंड्रीज बटोर लो. क्योंकि सीएसके को वही प्रॉब्लम हुई पिछले मैच में. क्या हुआ, आपने 30-35 रन बनाए 6 ओवर में, और वही
Hmm.
15-20 रन की वजह से आप जो एक प्रेटी पार टारगेट हो सकता था उससे पीछे रह गए. तो इट्स बेटर कि आप
Exactly.
सैम करन से एक एक्सप्लोसिव प्लेयर को टॉप ऑफ द ऑर्डर यूटिलाइज कर लो, ना कि वो नीचे आके फिर उनका अगर बैटिंग ना आए तो वेस्ट हो जाएगा ना. वैसे प्लेयर की बैटिंग को आप यूटिलाइज नहीं कर पा रहे हो.
Yeah, Anurag, your 2 cents on this? You are not audible today. That's something that's unimaginably wrong. You're on mute now. Try unmuting yourself. But yeah, I mean, this is quite this is quite extraordinary. What is
Technical
happening with
issues.
Anurag? It's like the world doesn't want Anurag to talk or something. But how Vipul, do you possibly agree with this fact that maybe Sam could open?
I'm closing TSD for not audible this.
अभी भी
You are
आवाज क्लियर
audible.
नहीं है. अभी भी आवाज क्लियर नहीं थी, अभी
आवाज
भी आवाज
क्लियर नहीं थी,
आ
बट
रही
That's all
थी.
right.
हमने,
That's fine. I think
yeah,
this, as long as I'm audible, I think that works. I
you're
think
audible.
we are having a debate for nothing. Dhoni is not going to make any changes. If anyone, I think, see, Dhoni. I'm just going by Dhoni's history, and I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of people are commenting as well, and that's what I've been trying to say in the last 5 minutes. But you know what?
Thank
Yeah,
thank God, thank God your mic did not work. Thank
he's
God your mic
thin
did not
costing
work,
3,000
because we were
nonsense.
we would have been robbed of a discussion here.
Yeah, obviously, we would have been robbed of 3 minutes. But yeah, but again, I personally don't see any changes. See, I understand there is some sort of uh, a compulsive need that is being felt right now for the, people want think there is some explosiveness lacking in this current batting order. King has arrived. Kaika King. Okay, fine. As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Exactly.
Uh,
I mean, the
so
biryani brothers now.
no, 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 it's okay. So just coming to the point, I think what I personally think is Faf Duplessis has had some good tournament, has had some good outings back in the day for CSK. So I think they will continue with him. And as far as Ruturaj Gaikwad goes, I think, come on, man, you can't. I personally don't think he's एक game के बाद drop करना to drop a youngster would be a little harsh. I think he will get a few games before someone like a Robin Uthappa or Chateshwar Pujara are in the mix. Definitely in that particular order. I think if anyone is going to replace Ruturaj, it definitely has to be Robin Uthappa in the first, and then maybe Cheteshwar Pujara. Let's see. I personally think there is no need for any change as it stands. बड़ी खबर यार, क्या
Bisma
क्या
Maruf is
क्या
taking
पढ़ूं
a
मैं?
maternity
मतलब
break.
I'm lost.
He has announced indefinite break. I have the Hindi keyboard open, that's why it's a big challenge to change to the English keyboard now. So Bisma Maruf
It's
is
all right.
taking
It's
an
all right. I
indefinite
get it.
break from cricket.
Not a
She has
problem. Not a
announced it on
problem. I
Monday.
totally get it. Okay, that's wonderful. So yeah, coming to the point. No changes.
No changes.
But
Anurag has
I
basically ended
mean,
the debate.
yeah, if you look at the conditions in Wankhede, I feel you need a spinner who can turn the ball both ways. And looking at Moeen Ali and Jadeja and their limitations with the ball, I don't think that will work today. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he
See,
can
one
go
thing.
in with
This.
the same 11 for one more game, but again, it's
Yeah.
better to try something new instead of losing it again.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
But again, yesterday, what we saw in at the Wankhede is again a false representation of Wankhede. We are watching a lot of
Yeah.
this now.
It's a 1 out of
चेन्नई में
10
भी
in
एक गेम हुआ.
Wankhede. Huh.
It's like Chennai में एक game ऐसा हुआ where it was high scoring, and then the next three games it was absolutely back on track. That is the Chennai that we know. And
Yeah.
Wankhede we, I think a fact that I think two games were happening in two consecutive days. I think different pitches were being used, and the one that's absolutely slow and pathetic for the batsman that was used yesterday. आज आज वाला वो 2016 वेस्ट इंडीज वाला गेम था ना, वो फ्लैट डेक.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man.
that's waiting right now.
Another day
I
with the
don't know
सीएसके के
how.
Southeast Day
साथ
Costa.
सीएसके के साथ वही तो हुआ पिछले मैच में 188 कम पड़ा वहां पे सेमीफाइनल में अपने को कितना 192 कम
190
पड़ा था.
precisely.
Yeah, flat decks, man.
You know,
I This is the reason why I genuinely don't like flat decks, because it doesn't give anyone an advantage at all. It's like तुम मारो हम मारो को जो ज्यादा हर्ट होगा वो like, कम हर्ट होगा वो जीत जाएगा. It feels like a unnecessary war between the bat and the ball. There needs to be some challenge, some competition. पता नहीं. I just don't like flat decks for a reason. Chennai is beautiful, man. Chennai is a pitch where you can score 150 and still end up winning the game comfortably. Even if the opponent is chasing 31 in the last 5 overs, you can still end up winning by 10 runs. That's the
It is
beauty.
a test of your captaincy skill, how you can rotate your bowlers. What Rohit Sharma did the other day. But in Mumbai, वो आप किसी को भी लेके आओ मार तो पड़नी है बस. कौन 4 ओवर डालेगा कौन 3 डालेगा, that's the only thing that you need to decide.
कौन कम मार खाएगा, दैट इज द चैलेंज. चेन्नई में कौन
That
विकेट
is,
लेगा वो देखना पड़ता है, मुंबई में
yeah,
कौन कम मार खाएगा वो देखना पड़ता है.
yeah. I mean,
imagine an
already
economy of 9.5, you're a king.
you're a king. Exactly, the king is arrived. By the way, हमने already काफी digs लिए प्रणव पे, लेकिन प्रणव, first of all, talking about this game, we'll start with the Punjab Kings with you because you are one of the king. So, why not? Uh, Talking about them, they won a very close encounter last game. I think the couple of overs that worked in their favor actually helped them. And what happens today? I mean, with the Punjab Kings, do you see any changes? What are you expecting in terms of the Punjab?
Expecting a good performance, but will they perform?
Is this Manish?
Yeah, Manish
Absolutely.
joining
Yeah,
with an
Since
agenda.
everyone was coming up with an agenda, I thought it's high time even I come up with one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Pranav.
So everyone is expecting Punjab to play well, but will they? I don't think so.
He's put a plot twist here. Like
भाई
everybody was.
साढ़े साढ़े छह तक करना है एटलीस्ट. आप प्लॉट को ऐसे एक सेकंड में मत मार दो जान से. कुछ तो
हाँ,
पॉइंट
plot
डिस्कस करो.
plot खींचो. The king the king isn't twisting the plot enough. Come on, king, twist it.
अरे उतना कैपेबिलिटी भी तो होना चाहिए ना टीम में करने को. टीम ही ऐसा खेलेगा तो फिर मैं क्या करूं?
I like this. I mean, this is getting quite interesting. But yeah, we have Manish looking the reverse of himself today. But okay, that's fair. We will take a few more comments and then come to Manish. No changes for either team, in my opinion, is what Yasho says. Uh, I mean, yeah, definitely can see that happening, as Anurag has said before. Ruturaj and Moin to open, Raina at 3, and so on is what Shivam has said. Who should open, if not Faf, is probably Moin Ali, probably Sam Curran, but definitely Ruturaj Gaikwad. I don't think he changes his position. I would like to see Tahir in for
Can
Bravo.
I
Also,
say
have a
one thing?
comment.
I think it is expecting a little too much out of Moinari. To expect he will come and open. I think that is a bit too
Even
much.
Sam
And I
Curran,
see,
for that matter. Even Sam Curran, I feel it's
their
expecting too
forte is
much.
something different.
Yeah,
I know like there is capability there, but that can be too much of a gamble, especially with the venues changing in the. I know वानखेड़े में तो अगर करना है तो कर सकते हो. I think Prathamesh has lost his power.
एमआई
yeah, I
एमआई
have.
से ये भी नाइट राइडर बन गए भाई साहब.
Probably
जिंदगी
just become a night rider. Yeah,
नहीं उतर गया इसका. Okay, I'll
yeah,
just continue with the comments if that sort of is not helping him. Rutraj, and I think we've taken these. Kalyan says, I would love to see Tahir in for Bravo. I have a problem with Karan's bowling on batting wickets. Uh, okay, I mean,
yeah,
see, Karan does lack pace, but I think he still has a little more into his. He has a little more element in his game, I think, which will potentially help him. I think, see, at this as it stands, I think I'd still go with Karan over Bravo.
No,
yeah.
but
If that is one situation, yeah.
If
if
Anurag also, if you look at what Kalyan said yesterday or day before, what Manish Pandey, now I'm trying to worry for Sam Curran because he had a terrible day, Manish Pandey, the other day. I just hope that Sam Curran bowls well today, and fingers crossed. But yeah,
no, but like what Kalyan said, if CSK are making that change, who will be their death bowler apart from Shardul Thakur?
exactly.
You can't
And
really rely
Shardul
on.
concedes a lot of runs. That's the
No,
problem. He
even if
takes a lot
Shardul
बट
of.
is
अफजल
in his
भाई,
prime form,
ये ये
Bravo
पिच
के
ऐसा है ना,
अलावा
ये
कौन
पिच
होगा?
ऐसा है, अगर आपने पावर प्ले में विकेट नहीं लिया तो डेथ ओवर्स तक वैसे भी बात आएगी नहीं. मैच उसके पहले ही खत्म हो जाता है.
नहीं नहीं, और ब्रावो आपकी टीम का अगर डेथ बॉलर, डेजिग्नेटेड डेथ बॉलर जो 12th 13th ओवर के बाद बॉलिंग करने आता है, तो अगर आप उसको बाहर निकालोगे तो उसके जगह पे आपको कोई डेथ बॉलर खिलाना पड़ेगा ना, या फिर किसी और
Yeah,
से एक्सपेक्ट करना पड़ेगा कि वो डेथ में बॉलिंग करे. तो वैसा कोई प्लेयर
Yeah,
मुझे इस लाइनअप पे अभी तो दिख नहीं रहा है.
yeah, makes sense.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I
Uh,
I've lost my Night Rider sense, by the way. It
yeah,
might come back
you can
because
you can continue with the comments for now at least.
yeah, because यहाँ पे तूफान आ गया है, like literally. So maybe I might be a Night Rider pretty soon once again. Rohit says, looking at Dhoni's history, he won't drop anyone and give it another try. Fair enough. I guess Dhoni has this sense of loyalty towards his players, and I can definitely understand why. Sam चाहिए नीचे क्योंकि DJ can't aggressively bat these days. Yes, that's fair. I guess because DJ Bravo. Okay, I think Bravo can open. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Shashank is taking this in a
Wheel of
sarcastic note,
Fortune.
but okay. This would be this would be quite
It
interesting
better
if
be
this happens.
sarcastic, man. It better be
Better
sarcastic.
be sarcastic, yeah. And यहाँ पे legend तूफान आ गया है, but
वहाँ
okay, fair enough.
स्टेटमेंट तुमने बोला, वहां उसको खांसी आ गई देखो.
यहाँ तूफान आ गया. Look at that statement. It brought a storm with it.
क्या
Exactly. Dhoni
भगवान
is
को
known for
खांसी आ
sticking.
गया वो देख के.
Exactly. Dhoni is known for sticking to his guns. Bravo can't open the bowling, let alone batting, is what Yashu has said. They might actually go with the same team that lost. Spinners वैसे भी मार खा रहे हैं at Wankhede, so no use bringing Tahir in. Fair enough. Vipul with the color in the background. Yeah, I genuinely love that color, man. That's spot on. I think all of us should get our walls painted during the IPL, I believe. ओपनिंग में चेंज रहेगा आई थिंक गट फीलिंग धोनी डजंट चेंज मच बट लग रहा है आज कुछ चेंज रहेगा प्रणव या कमिंग टू
Who's paying for the wall paintings?
Definitely not
ओ
TSG.
डेफिनेटली नॉट टीएसडी आई गेस हम लोग ये
Can't
कर
pay.
सकते हैं या दैट्स देयर एंड आल्सो अफजल जो चेक आने वाला था उसके साथ साथ थोड़े पेंट भी भेज दो सबके घर पे
मैं वेट कर रहा था ये आएगी बात करके.
for all the viewers who are watching, Afzal, ESPN Cricket Info, Hindi commentary, tick once again. So yeah, that's there. Vipul, this is what we're talking about. Again, this. मैं तो फर्स्ट गेम में भी सरप्राइज था कि ऋतुराज को क्या रखा. Okay, that's what Shashank says and feels. Jagdishan would be a decent replacement for Gaikwad / Raidu, but not so soon. I think more likely for Raidu, not probably Ruturaj Gaikwad, but Jagdishan can open the batting as well, and he has done that pretty well. So he could be potentially depending on who plays the worst. I guess out of the two, Jagdishan would definitely come into the team at some point. अगर आज CSK 11 के सामने सेम 11 जाएगा एंड ओपनर्स 5 और फिर बैटिंग ऑर्डर क्या होगा क्योंकि रायना एट 4 धोनी एट Raidu at 5, then Jaddu at 6 and Dhoni at 7 according to him makes no
Yeah,
sense.
that's actually that is why I was saying maybe they can drop fast because if you look at that batting order, everyone is batting one spot below where they should bat actually. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe let's see what they do today.
Also, yeah, I agree to Shashank here. Raina at 3 should be fixed. I mean, Raidu and Ali के बीच में interchange हो सकता है, but Suresh Raina at number 3 is like it's like asking Virat to bat number 4.
And
It doesn't make sense.
especially the way he batted last game, he should be at number
Huh.
3 this game.
If it wasn't for those early wickets, we wouldn't have seen the Raina thing. That is as rest assured as anything else. Yeah, Manish. You are not audible though. You're on mute. क्या हो रहा है आज?
Hello.
Yeah, Manish.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I may be a little bit late to this, but with all the talk about Faf being dropped, why not try Raidu as an opener? He has done well for Chennai in that spot for quite a long time.
Yeah.
That's what.
Could potentially be an option too. Matlab, I can totally agree. If you go with Ambati Raidu and Ruturaj Gaikwad, that could also be an option. Plus, you don't have to forcibly play a middle order or lower middle order batsman as an opener, which one franchise has tried a little successfully as well. Bravo was the best CSK bowler in the last game, so he isn't making way for anyone. हाँ यार 4 over 28 run 1 wicket. I genuinely would think on a 1KD wicket
But
where
just to look at it from a different point of view, don't you think Bravo came at a stage जहाँ पे already DC के लिए मैच जीत ही चुके थे वो लोग, so the
but
required
they
rate का
had the
pressure.
momentum. They had the
Yeah, but
momentum though.
the required rate pressure wasn't so much that they had to go after Bravo at that stage.
See, I
Maybe
feel
I just feel.
probably with Prithvi batting, one of the things is with Prithvi and Shikhar when they're batting the way they are, they're not going to think a required run rate come ho gaya, so we will slow down. I don't think they would. They would genuinely go for the kill. So, I mean, Bravo did
But
bowl
I
well.
think the approach did change though. The approach did change. I mean, they
After
got
the
a
wicket,
got a
yes. After the
feisty
wicket,
start.
yes.
They got a very huge start, right? So yeah, let's see. I mean, whatever. I nothing to shit about Bravo, man. I mean, he's an IPL legend, but I
Yeah.
think he's just about. I think I don't know if it would be right thing to say, but I think he's just about losing that. Um, you know, the charm of his when he's bowling. Let's see if he has one more good season left
The
in
the
him because
problem with Bravo is if you look at his on-pace delivery, his average pace has actually gone down, which has basically taken away the
which is
surprise
obvious.
element from his slower
Yeah.
balls. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And unless you are, I guess, Muthaya Mustafizur, you're not going to have that change of pace, the same magic which he has. What was that yesterday? I mean,
Otherwise you need to be Kedar Jadhav right arm rock bottom to have the angle ka change.
yes. Right, I'm rock bottom, man. That was some genuine borderline stuff, though. But yes, actually, Shashank is not being sarcastic. He means Bravo to open the batting. Nice one, Shashank. कर सकता है. He's given his explanation as well. क्योंकि नीचे तो कुछ contribution नहीं होता उससे. But I
ये
feel
देखो,
like
मैं बताता हूँ, टीएसडी छोड़ के जब आप कोई और चैनल देखने जाते हो ना, तो ऐसे सारे उल्टे सीधे ख्याल आते हैं फिर क्रिकेट को लेके.
Like,
this is
without getting paid, Vipul is dropping marketing masterminds here.
yeah.
So this is
Vipul के साथ ये हो गया है ना. Vipul is giving his interview in the best way possible. That is what he's doing.
what?
विपुल
That's
टीम के बाद 10% पार्टनरशिप मिलने वाली है. पूछ लेना बात.
that.
मैंने राजस्थान रॉयल्स का जब हम टीम एनालाइज कर रहे थे आईपीएल शुरू होने से पहले, मैंने तभी एजेंडा डाल दिया था, उनादकट फॉर पर्पल कैप. अभी
Yeah.
कल उसका परफॉर्मेंस देख लो.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this guy Vipul is throwing some magic wands here and there, but देखते हैं क्या होता है. I genuinely don't feel Bravo is an option because वो नीचे नहीं खेलता. I mean that would be some game plan if that happens. Don't see MS Dhoni pulling that off. Thakur and Sam नीचे संभाल लेंगे is what Shashank has said. Thakur and Sam can do it. मेरा मेन पॉइंट ये है कि रायना एट 3 फिक्स, धोनी एट 5, बाकी मैच के हिसाब से हो जाता है फ्लोटिंग. ओके. Rohit says, how do you solve CSK fielding just depending on Jadeja isn't going to work a whole season? Almost 10 runs for free every match is what he said. I think he is kind of right there as well. What is going to be the
But
solution?
but if we look at their players, I mean Raina, Jadeja, Faf, all these guys, they are really good fielders. Yeah, I mean you have a couple of people who you need to hide at short fine leg or maybe short third man, but वो problem हर टीम के साथ होता है. वो ऐसा सीएसके कोई अकेली टीम नहीं है. Yeah, maybe last year they had too many players who they needed to hide, but this season, yeah, they have quite a few good fielders as well.
I mean that's there. Sumed has asked. We'll come to Punjab Kings very soon now. Ashwin versus Bishnoi. I feel the latter could have a good option on this Mumbai track. Faf at 4 or 5. I feel you're genuinely wasting his talent at 4 or 5. My opinion 11 with the orders. What Shashank says. Faf, Raidu, Raina, Jaddu, Dhoni, Ali, Gautam, Karan, DJ, Thakur, and Deepak. Okay, that says 11. Uh, Bravo is not necessity when you have Karan and Thakur. Yeah, I think that's true as well. Has Super King arrived? Super King has Siddharth, waiting for your arrival as well pretty soon.
अच्छा,
Coming.
पीपी, इफ यू जस्ट नोट अ पॉइंट, सच इज द ऑरा ऑफ सीएसके कि हम लोग भूल ही गए कि आज एक और टीम भी खेलने वाली है. ऑलमोस्ट आधा घंटा सीएसके के
Exactly.
डिस्कशन
Comes
पे
back.
निकल
It's
गए.
okay.
Yeah, since we actually had a CSK fan on board, we decided to give the CSK a little bit of focus. क्योंकि मैच में फोकस तो
Absolutely.
पंजाब किंग्स पे ही
Yeah,
रहेगा.
people keep telling, Rajasthan के fans नहीं मिलता. I haven't met one Punjab fan in my life.
Yeah, I mean, yes, genuinely, even I haven't, to be honest. It's very difficult. We had one lady yesterday on the live in Instagram who said she's a Punjab fan, but I think apart from that, I've never heard or seen anyone calling themselves one. So if
Was that
anyone in the
Preeti
comments
Zinta?
is, please let us know.
That's shocking. I mean,
That
I don't
only
know.
because she's invested. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I hope if anyone is a Punjab fan, do let us know.
Imagine Preeti Zinta coming and saying she's a KKR fan. Kasveer Zara.
Damn, that would be some salty content.
She is actually a KKR fan. That is the reason she bought SRK in the IPL auction.
Okay, I guess we are
I knew
digressing.
it. Someone would bring this up. I knew it.
Wow. New jokes, new
Exactly.
jokes. Wow, new
New
jokes.
jokes. Okay, I think we should stick to being the sports doyen, not the sarcastic doyen. But okay, Afzal bhai, coming to you, Ashwin versus Bishnoi. A question Sumed ne पूछा है for Punjab Kings. I feel the latter could have a good option on this track. But is Ravi Bishnoi? Last match हमने देखा कि Murugan Ashwin played bowled decently, I felt. But do you feel Ravi Bishnoi is a better option?
या अगर वानखेड़े की फ्लैट ट्रैक अगर बैटिंग विकेट मिलती है जैसा पिछली गेम थी पंजाब की, तो उस ट्रैक पे रवि बिश्नोई एक बेटर ऑप्शन है मुरुगन अश्विन के कंपैरिजन में. बट अगर विकेट थोड़ी ड्राई है और कल जैसी विकेट खेल रही है तो फिर मुरुगन अश्विन बिश्नोई से पहले स्टार्ट करेंगे मेरे हिसाब से. डिपेंड करता है कि विकेट कैसी है, बिकॉज उसके हिसाब से प्लान्स बनेंगे टीम के, और वो चाहेंगे कि उनके पास मिडिल ओवर्स में या उनको रन रोकना है या उन्हें विकेट्स के लिए जाना है. तो
Yeah.
वो अगर उनका थॉट प्रोसेस क्लियर है तो उस हिसाब से वो टीम सिलेक्शन करेंगे.
Okay, that's generally the thing. And Afzal, before you go back to our future sponsors, please let us know what your prediction for the game is.
My prediction: Punjab Kings to win.
ओके पंजाब किंग्स टू विन सो मतलब हमने आधा घंटा चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स के बारे में बात की एंड द फर्स्ट प्रेडिक्शन दैट हैज कम ऑन बोर्ड इज पंजाब किंग्स टू विन सो यस थैंक यू वंस अगेन अफजल फॉर joining we will see you hopefully in the post match and do one another plug on Afzal do watch his Hindi commentary today on ESPN Cricket Info it is हाँ मतलब अफजल भाई I know चेक भी आने वाला है but okay do write a few comments as well Afzal will take them on
एक
board
बार चेक आ गया ना, उसके बाद जो पीछे जो ब्लू कलर की दीवार दिख रही है वो पूरी रेड हो जाएगी फिर।
But yeah, I mean, yes, do take in some comments as well. Afzal will show them on
हिंदी
the
हिंदी
platform
साइड
as
से
well.
कमेंट डालोगे तो
हाँ.
फीचर होंगे, इंग्लिश में डालोगे तो मेरे हाथ में नहीं है.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, very specific advice to people. It is in Hindi, so yeah, do take that. Yeah, so thank you, Afzal, once again.
वेलकम, बाय बाय गाइस.
Bye, bro.
Bye bye. Yeah. So yeah, I think coming back to the Punjab Kings, and again, one genuine request to the people who are watching: if anyone is a Punjab Kings fan, do let us know. We'll have you on the live someday, talking about your own team. So coming first to the Anurag Pisara here, Anurag, Punjab Kings. First of all, what did you
Hmm.
assess of their last game? How good were they with the bat and with the ball? And what could potentially be the team expecting any changes today?
I personally don't feel there is any need to make a change because I think
Yeah,
the lineup that should see once you win a game, I think it sort of gives you a feeling, okay, you've done a good enough job for 2 points, so why not go with the same team? So that is one way of looking at it. As it stands, I'm not very sure if there are any extra options that potentially could replace one of these people. Uh, I don't know. Maybe is Chris Jordan is one. Maybe they could potentially think of. Otherwise, I don't think there is any need for it. Chris Jordan in place of a Meredith or Jair Richardson, both of them were expensive last time. So both of them were expensive in the auction as well. So I think they definitely will be expecting a lot more from that duo. Let's see. I personally think it's going to be a same combination. Uh, Chris Gayle got a start. Deepak Huda, after a very very long time, had such an outstanding game, which was so good to see because he's a talented cricketer. And look at those shots; it was just absolutely phenomenal. Such a clean swing of the bat. So let's see. As it stands, I think it's going to be no changes from Punjab.
Okay, I think that is definitely another thing. But coming to you, Manish, Riley Meredith genuinely got a welcome to the IPL last time out. He did get tonked by most of the RR batsmen, and there is definitely a case in point that Chris Jordan might make his way into the team. I think him along with Arshdeep, the guy who we are supporting very well. I think they could be a lethal combination when it comes to death bowling, and when it comes to bowling at the Wankhede Stadium, you want your best bowlers on show because it could be potentially the difference between conceding 60 in the last five to or 50 in the last five, and those 10 runs could matter. So, do you think that change happens?
Um, Too early, I believe. Meredith has this his first game maybe in India, if I'm not wrong. So
Yeah,
paying him those big bucks and then just changing him after one game, it would be too harsh on him. And talking about Arshdeep, he was fantastic. He's been fantastic since 2020 when the IPL was happening in Dubai, and I spoke about it before. But he is going to be really vital, especially in those death overs because it's going to take time for the likes of Jair Richardson and Meredith to settle down. So Arshdeep, along with Mohammad Shami in the death overs, which has been their Achilles heel, is going to be really vital for Punjab. And I'm a
yeah,
huge fan specifically for Arshdeep Singh because last
Yeah,
match when the Royals needed around 13, 14 runs and the ball was Arshdeep, I had a feeling that this guy is will be able to defend him because he executes his plan really well. Even in his post match, he said that his plan was simple: to keep bowling over there, and even despite getting hit, he kept hitting those lines. He doesn't get nervous about it, and I'm a huge fan of Harshdeep Singh. That's all. And talking about Punjab teams in general, is just one area, not in terms of team changes, I'm looking for them to improve. It's the fielding. The fielding let them
Yeah,
down big time. I mean, you don't drop Rajasthan 3 times in the game, and then eventually they got away with it, but by a smallest
yeah.
of margins. So if you drop someone like Raina or Raidu or maybe Jadeja, it they won't get away every time. That is the one area where they definitely would improve.
Yeah, I think pretty much spot on there, Manish. I think they will have to improve on their fielding. Also, they will have to improve on their wicket taking abilities. Coming to you, Pranav, because in the last season, Kings 11 Punjab, which was the franchise name then, managed to pick only one Chennai Super King wicket in the two games that they played against them. They got beaten by 10 wickets, I guess, in Dubai, and then I think nine in Abu Dhabi. So they were genuinely not able to take CSK wickets. And what could potentially be the strategy today when it comes to trying to at least double or triple that mark, because they will need a few wickets today to stay in the game, even if it is bowling first or bowling second.
I think containment is the main reason because if Shami is containing from one end, then you can't use Arshdeep because you need him at the death. Then you use Riley Meredith or Jai Richardson, and they went for runs last time. I think containment के वजह से it was all free for Rajasthan to just hit everybody here and there, and also they just used five bowlers. I mean एक
Yeah,
सिक्स बॉलर जो गेल एंड हुडा है, आई थिंक उनमें से
yeah.
अगर एक यूज करते कोई तो आई थिंक थोड़ा सा भी रन अगर और वैसा होता तो आई थिंक वो फर्क पड़ता. और
Huh.
आई थिंक बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आई थिंक दे शुड बी थिंकिंग कि हमारा और सिक्स बॉलर कोई होना चाहिए कि नहीं, बोलिंग अ ओवर और टू देयर जस्ट टू चेंज इट अप अ लिटिल बिट. थिंक सो.
Yeah, I think this is where also I feel that maybe they could have made way for Moises Henriquez in this team, because he could have potentially been that sixth bowling option. But point ये भी है कि तो अगर आपको मेरेडिथ और जाय रिचर्डसन दोनों खिलाने ही है, तो it doesn't make sense to bring in Moises Henriquez, because it completely disturbs your combinations in that sense. So it's quite a tough choice, and they might need extra bowlers, as you correctly said, that containment has to be key from both ends for them to take wickets, because the CSK batting lineup is way too experienced to give it away. That's one thing I will definitely give it to them. Coming to you, before we move into the fantasy predictions, Vipul, we saw KL Rahul, and KL Rahul's last five, or rather last four scores at the Wankhede Stadium in T20 as he read 91, 91, 100, and 94. So he's definitely looking someone who likes the Wankhede pitch way too much. And what could potentially be one of the strategies that Chennai Super Kings could use in place to get his wickets?
Look for that, I guess. First of all, you need to have fast bowlers who can bowl at in excess of 140, which CSK clearly don't have. So probably
Yeah,
they will need to start with maybe the combination of Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur, because I feel Deepak Chahar and Sam Curran, two guys who bowl in the early 130s, becomes just too predictable, and they don't
yeah.
really ask too many questions against openers who might take a bit of time to settle down. So yeah, maybe they can try a few new combinations. But yeah, Rahul is, yeah, he's definitely a threat for tonight for CSK.
I think you could also probably let Rahul play and get the other wickets as well. Could that be, would that be genuinely crossing your
Yeah,
mind after
CSK
what?
CSK did that. They did that last year in Dubai. I think KL Rahul scored 50 ball 63 something in that game. Other people were trying to hit hard from the other end, but yeah, in the end we managed to win by 10 wickets. So nothing better than that.
Yeah, I mean that's a statement in itself. And just take a few comments, and then we will jump on to the fantasy predictions as usual. हमारे predictions काफी spot on रहते हैं, काफी spot on. So do check us out in the next few minutes. Shashank says okay. Opinion सुनने नहीं आता हूँ, comments बताने आता हूँ. He's made quite a few correct predictions. I will give Shashank that. Death bowling and lower middle order, a huge problem for PBKS, and they can't solve it, is what Rohit has said. He's appreciating everyone's opinion. I think Ravi Bishnoi will play. Only one change if he's fit. Would make sense if Bishnoi is playing. Deepak Huda was taking out all of his anger on Kunal in the last match, is what Rohit has said. Jordan for Riley is what Shashank says. I personally feel Chris Jordan is more skilled than Meredith, but the fact that PBK spent 8 crores on Meredith makes me feel that he will be given a longer run. The team, as Yasho has said. Yasho, I agree on this, because I definitely feel that Chris Jordan is genuinely talented, especially in the death overs. And if you want to solve that conundrum, you have to give Chris Jordan the chance. So maybe they're looking at Richardson and Maybe you look at Richardson and Shami as your opening bowlers, and then Arshdeep and Jordan as your death bowlers. So you will go a little old school in that way. Char over essay. You can just probably split it in that sense. But Shami is a multi-dimensional bowler too, so you can use him in multiple ways. Don't display the comment. Okay, बता दो जल्दी. I did display. Sorry, man. It is on Star Sports
It's on
Select
Star
1.
Sports 2
Yeah, it
on
is on
2.
Star
Star
Sports
Sports Select
2.
2.
So Hotstar पे भी है is what he said. It is Star Sports 2 HD. Thanks, guys. Okay. So yeah, coming to the fantasy predictions now. Anurag, first coming to you. Captain, vice captain. I'm yet to make my team, so I'm genuinely going to take help from you guys today. Who are your picks today, and what are you expecting basically?
Um, See, I think since we already saw that uh, sort of a slow spinning track yesterday, I think we're going to witness a flat deck today. I think it's sort of a given thing. I think a lot of us would be surprised if we're going to see a low scoring encounter today. I think it's a high scoring encounter is definitely on cards. Due to which I personally would go with KL Rahul as captain because trusted, tried and proven in the last 2-3 seasons. I think as far as just the fantasy game goes, I don't think anyone has contributed as much to the fantasy managers as much as KL Rahul has done. So I think he is a straightforward, quite an obvious pick for captaincy, for me at least. As far as the vice captain goes, I think this is one area where I'm going to be a little not very sure about. But oh god, I'm looking at both the squads. I'm not really understanding. God, heck,
Arshdeep. Arshdeep is a
maybe
good pick
Arshdeep is
actually.
one. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah, Arshdeep could be one. But Arshdeep, I personally think I was actually going to put one of Riley Meredith and Arshdeep Singh as one of the X Factor picks because I think both of them have that. See, Riley Meredith has a pace, and Arshdeep has just that genuine skill and brains within him, which I think is going to help him excel a lot. I totally. I'm not really sure if I totally agree with Manish's agenda there, but I think he is one fabulous talent. He definitely is. So let's see. I forgot. I haven't actually given my vice cap. God heck on.
Okay, Anurag, if
Okay,
anyone
I
from
think
the
I'll go
Chennai
with
Super Kings
Suresh Raina.
fan,
I think I'll just go safe. I'll go with Suresh Raina.
yeah,
Yeah.
Suresh is quite a safe pick. And Chinnatala की बात करें तो we'll first go to the CSK fan as well. Who are your captaincy and vice captaincy picks today, Vipul?
Captaincy wise, obviously it has to be KL Rahul. I mean, even though I don't want him to play well today, but I guess most of the people will go with him. And vice captain, I think we can have vice captain as Jadeja maybe. He can
Yeah.
score a few at the end, maybe take a couple of wickets. Differentiator pick can be Shardul Thakur because he's one of those guys who bowls those difficult overs, so there are quite good chances that he'll get maybe 2 or 3 wickets at least.
Yeah, he can generally do that. He can get wickets, and with Shardul, those wickets are going to come in one over, most more or less. So yeah, I mean he can be a pick for a hat trick as well. You never know. So वो उसके extra points भी शायद मिल सकते हैं. Could be another thing to consider
and
when.
and just in case he gets a chance to bat, which is, I mean, I don't think he will, but in case he gets a chance to bat, then he can tonk a few as well.
Yes,
Don't
definitely.
rule
Yes,
that
yes.
out yet.
Yeah, don't rule
Shardul
it out
Thakur
yet. Yes,
batting, don't
because
rule. कल
सामने
का मैच
सामने
देखते I think we should.
हाँ और
Yeah.
सामने अगर अर्शदीप सिंह हो तो why not? I mean, he can definitely get a chance to bat as well. Coming to the Arshdeep fan himself, Manish, your picks today?
Captain Arshdeep, and for me, vice captain is going to be Suresh Raina. The differential would be for me Deepak Chahar. High
I
time
like
he gets some wickets for Chennai.
I like the brightness on Manish's face when you talked about Arshdeep because Arshdeep's career looks as bright as Manish's face right now. So I mean, genuinely all the best to Arshdeep. And if you do make him your captain today, and if he does shine, definitely sure that you're going to be one of the top fantasy
You are
players.
winning every possible competition that exists on Dream 11 if that happens.
Exactly, exactly. So that that is
And
something I could definitely
besides
happen.
you, only Arshdeep's family has this weird confidence today. And I don't blame you for that. I honestly, yeah.
Yeah, Arshdeep's family
I
would
just hope
definitely.
jinx नहीं कर दिया हो मैंने अभी. I'm just hoping for that.
Yeah, just pray, man. Just pray. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that you'll get some backlash money later. But coming to the king himself, not the super king, the king Pranav. Pranav, your picks for today?
Flat deck,
Okay.
Chris Gayle.
Oh, I
मेरे
like
को
that.
तो
He's already changed his name. He the
मेरे को
universe
कैप्स
boss
में
has
लिखने का
arrived.
भी जरूरत नहीं है, मेरे को कैप्स में लिखने का भी जरूरत नहीं, इतना कॉन्फिडेंस है मेरे अंदर। ये लोग कैप्स में लिखते हैं ना, क्या
Oh,
बोलूं मैं।
अभी गायब ही हो गया देखो.
Scared already.
The universe boss definitely, man. It's he's a smart bet in himself because he can definitely get those runs, get them quickly, and be a game turner. Actually, be a Dream 11 game changer of the game in a more positive sense. So yeah, I think it could work out. It could work out very well for Chris Gale.
First
Anurag,
Dream
you're not
11 game
audible.
changer.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're there now. Yeah,
Again?
yeah. No,
I was just saying हमको ड्रीम 11 गेम चेंजर ऑफ द गेम ये सब कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं हम वी डोंट हैव एनी ऑब्लिगेशन
yeah. We don't, but it just comes out that way, man.
I mean,
It's
we
like
wish we had those obligations.
yeah, we're
obviously
wishing. So
I
this is
actually
basically
would love
yeah.
it's not the
This is
the things that
yeah.
happen the things that you get behind the scenes yeah.
Exactly. So maybe we are just trying to create it on ourselves, and then somebody views it and gives us that obligation by choice. So, okay, that's the hope there. But I think all of you guys have given your picks. For me, the captaincy pick, it's yeah, yeah. Bolo bhai.
और वाइस कैप्टन बचा है मेरा, एंड वाइस
Oh
कैप्टन
yes.
विल बी मनीष। हेडफोन्स निकाल दे, इट्स करण, सैम करण। ओके, ठीक है, डर गया।
Okay, Manish is not scared even by like Manish ki acting is genuinely
very
praiseworthy.
good
But okay, uh, for me the captaincy pick hard to look beyond KL Rahul because KL 91, 91, 100. So I mean, it makes a lot of sense to actually pick KL Rahul at a Wankhede. Vice captaincy, I am actually going for Moin Ali today. I am expecting Moin to probably score a few quick runs, bowl and take a couple of wickets here and there as well. So that's just the hope, and I hope his catching is better than the others. So he could potentially. He also fields in gun positions at in the deep. So maybe a couple of catches could also be on his way. So for me, he is the vice captaincy pick. Take a few comments and then I'll start with the Super King with his final comments because I've apparently not taken him one last time. What do you guys think of Prabsimran opening and Mayank at four? Maybe Prabsimran had a top class Asmat and a Vijay Hazare. Sarvesh, for me, Mayank at four doesn't solve your issue. And Prabsimran was fantastic. Prabsimran was top class. I remember his 170 or 150 odd innings that he scored. And he was totally world class that day. There's the point being that you don't want to disturb something that's already set. And maybe that's why, for me, he doesn't come into this team. CSK win or PBKS, we are going to go into that Navjeevan now, at least with the rest of the panel. Yesterday, I think everybody took a beating in the fantasy league. Lol, at least I did. Even I did, but I don't know. I mean, everybody did take a hit.
actually forgot to make a team lol
Yeah, I mean, I did make a team, but I forgot to remove Liam Livingston out of it. So I definitely took a massive hit yesterday. Although Morris was in my team, so I'm hoping कुछ हुआ होगा वहाँ पे. Rahul, okay, Rahul captain, Faf and Raina, Faf slash Raina vice captain. Differential picks would be Gaikwad and Puran is what Yasho said. मेरे opponent का vice captain Makram out. Let's go Pakistan. Okay, as what Shivam is saying. Captain KL Rahul, vice captain Karan slash Raina. Interesting choice. Legend King Rahul, 70 of 60 balls. What Rohit is saying. Differential pick Deepak Chahar as he's got a point to prove he might actually perform tonight. He definitely has. Coming to you, Super King. What are you expecting from your team today and your predictions for the day?
Definitely, see. CSK is going to win for sure. I think if we get a flat pitch, which we are expecting it to be, then in that case they will be aware of the fact that they need to get to 200 plus, and we'll see probably a little more aggression from them in the power play. Looking at Punjab, yeah, I mean the problem is if they play Bishnoi, then they'll have to play Jordan as well because if you play Bishnoi, then you don't really have someone who can bat at seven. Punjab again, they have a very strong top four, a good enough bowling attack, but yeah, they are definitely not as good as the Super Kings.
Also, I think when people were talking about Bravo being replaced by Imran Tahir, one side I actually wanted to bring out there was that seamers have picked up wickets in every 17 balls at the Wankhede Stadium, whereas for spinners it's been every 66 balls. So there is a genuine difference in the way in the rate in which the spinners are able to pick wickets here. So maybe you might just not see that change and go unchanged. Vipul, do you see that happening?
Uh, no, I don't think they are going to drop Bravo. I still feel they might drop Faf and have Tahir in, because the point is there is absolutely no point in having Bravo at number 9. I mean, yes, of late his form with the bat has dripped down a bit, but definitely he bats at number 7 or number 8 in most teams. Also, I feel because CSK don't have an express pacer, someone who can bowl consistently at 140 plus, so they need to have as many bowling options as possible. Probably they had 6 last time, they need a seventh one today.
Okay, I think also maybe the fact that at the one kid you don't want a batsman to settle into one bowler, and if you're getting if one bowler is getting smashed, you definitely need options to recover as well.
And
Uh,
also, I mean, I can't imagine Jadeja bowling in front of Gale and Puran today. Yeah, you definitely need a spinner who can turn it away from there.
yeah, I mean yes, I know there's a lot of cliche behind this as well, but definitely with Gale and Pooran it's very difficult because even if Jadeja bowls flatter, especially with Gale, he's gonna just use his long levers and clear the
But
field. So
just to look at it from the other point, when you have Gale and Puran at the crease, how does it matter which way it's turning? They
yeah,
are going to hit it out of the park anyway.
एग्जैक्टली सो या मतलब ये भी बहुत fair point है I think the only way you might possibly contain them is bowl wide outside the off stump and try to bowl near that wide line or else possibly do a right arm rock bottom. I think that's the only way that you could possibly get away with both of them. But coming to Manish now, Manish, your predictions for the game, expecting a Punjab win from your agenda, I guess.
I am, and mostly because of the way Chennai has been so far, the way they bowled in the last match specifically. If they're defending a total on a flat track, I highly doubt that unless they score a mammoth one. So for Chennai to win there, I see there are a lot many things that needs to come together right now. I know it's still too early, but Punjab would be, the win that they had in the last match. It's the kind of win that brings the whole group together and gives you that confidence. And Punjab look a much more confident side right now going to this game. So I'm rooting for Punjab win.
Okay, so Punjab for Manish, CSK for Vipul, obviously. Coming to the universe boss guy, Pranav, PBKS for you as well.
Very obvious. Punjab all the way. I mean, not to
और
qualify
पंजाब
for me.
पंजाब का तुम्हारे पास एक एफिनिटी भी है ना. You work for Punjab as well, I guess, along with this
The,
Start
guy.
the discussion on a very different note.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get
Okay,
paid
everyone's
right now,
everyone's
so
on
I
mute.
think doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough. So Punjab Kings to win for Pranav. So we have two for PBKS, one for CSK. Anurag, you want to level the scores here?
अन्ना अभी CSK बोलो, मेरे साइड से भी सपोर्ट चाहिए.
I personally don't think CSK have it today because I think there's too much firepower. There's just too much firepower in the Punjab, and if this turns out to be a game like what we are predicting right now, like a run scoring
Yeah,
fest, I think what you'll have to look at is the batting firepower primarily. I'm not
yeah.
saying CSK do not have the ability to outscore Punjab. I think they do. Maybe on a given day they can, but 7 or 8 out of 10 times, if it really comes to outscoring each other, I think this. You look
Yeah.
at the current Punjab team, you look at the current Chennai team. Punjab is going to take it 7 out of 10 times. So I think I'm just going by the odds. I think Punjab have it in their favor. But if one thing you know about Chennai Super Kings in these 13 years is they don't play by the odds. They have their own odds. So let's see.
So basically, Anurag, are you just going to stand on the fence or make a
Punjab,
PBKS?
Punjab,
Punjab.
Punjab.
Okay. So Anurag has already decided in favor of PBKS. I will not add to their number because I personally feel that Chennai Super Kings could potentially triumph today, just because of the way I think the bowlers have it in them to actually restrict PBKS. Also, I feel that someone like if they play with the same lineup, do PBKS, I still feel that maybe Riley Meredith and Jai Richardson could be taken over, and genuinely hoping for Suresh Raina once again to score big runs because it's always a class act watching him. and hoping for a CSK win myself. A little bit of
By the way,
ex-City loyalty.
last time Raina played Punjab at Wankhede.
He scored 90
Anyone
odd runs
remembers?
in some,
Ooh,
uh, if I'm
80,
not wrong, like
87 of 25,
87.
87.
pulling Mitchell Johnson on the front foot. Man, that was
uh,
a
Then
for
he
me,
got run
spectacular.
out.
hands down, one of the top three knocks in IPL history.
Yeah,
Hands down.
for sure. I mean, if he, I mean, just what he described, right? Pulling Mitchell Johnson on the front foot in itself is quite some
No,
accomplishment.
based on going by scenario and circumstantially, I would actually rate that knock above Chris Gale's 175 because
Yeah,
on that day the Pune's bowling was piss poor. But
yeah,
this Punjab team, they were brilliant. Sandeep Sharma, he was having a brilliant season. Mitchell Johnson was in the peak of his powers, and Suresh Raina did whatever he did. It was just unbelievable. And I think I actually had my bets on Suresh Raina that he will definitely break that 30 ball 100 record that day, and he was
yeah,
well on course to doing it before George Bailey just threw it with his left hand. Bailey was something else, man. Back in the day, he
yeah.
could
McCallum,
just throw it with
McCallum.
any hand.
Oh, acha, sorry, yeah. McCallum was the
George
monster.
Bailey.
Yeah, McCallum was
Yeah,
the culprit. McCallum
Yeah.
was a culprit. Basically, he made a wrong call, and he ran himself out too. If you
yeah.
remember,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, George Bailey, as you said, was a different player back then. I mean, he took Punjab to a final as well. So he's quite some extraordinary player. One of those players who,
yeah.
in the limited time that he had in the IPL, genuinely impressed one and all. And I think these are the rest of our comments and predictions. So do stay tuned to the Sports Doyen. We'll be live once again mid innings, where we will be talking about the game. This will be on Instagram, so do stay tuned to our Instagram handles as well. We'll be live once again post match, that is somewhere around 11:15 to 11:30 if the match does play out all 40 overs during that sense. We will keep you posted on our social media handles. Also, check our website and the V Express Sports channel as well, where a lot of amazing content is present as well. We have two of the representatives today, and as usual, they are part of our one family, if you might say that. And until then, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.